All right, so welcome to the first lesson of this course. What we're going to be doing now is I'm going to be walking you step by step through what I call the 7 steps to singing and playing at the same time. And this is just meant to give you a feeling for what's involved and some useful tips so that once we get into the examples and once we start walking through real songs, you kind of have some positive ideas of what's necessary to sing and play at the same time. So step number 1 is make sure that you can switch between chords fast enough. Now, I know a lot of my beginner students, they want to sing, but they still take quite a bit of time when they're trying to switch between the chords. So let's say the song is in E going to A. You really have to be sure and honest with yourself about how fast you can switch between those 2 chords. So if you are having a hard time and it takes you a long time to switch, you really simply are not ready to play a song using those chords yet. So you have to be really honest with yourself and be sure that the chord changes are fluid. That's really, really important. So that's step number 1. Make sure that you can really switch through the chords of the song that you're trying to play with ease, because you need free mental capacity to think about the lyrics, right? If you can't switch, if you're only focused on your fingers, you just don't have the mental capacity to do another kind of multitask, right? Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 2 is automation is key. The changes have to be automatic. And what that means is that you're going to have a really good feeling for the song. You're going to have to know how many times, how many bars you are going to be staying on which chord. Okay? And once we get into our song examples, I'm going to be going more deep into that. But it's really crucial that you really know how long you're going to be staying on which chord before you start trying to sing that song. Okay? So it has to really become a automatic thing. Automation is key. Okay? So keep that in mind. Step number 3 is, and this is really important, please do this, start with simple songs. I have students coming to me and they have these crazy songs that have 10 or 15 chords in them and they can barely switch through the chords and they're trying to sing that song at the same time. So this might seem like a really simple thing, but it's really, really important that you start with simple songs. 3 chord songs. I have a whole course on 3 chord songs where I teach 10 songs that use only 3 chords. If you're a member at Super Simple Guitar, of course you can go and watch that. If you prefer on Udemy, I have the course on Udemy as well, if you're interested in that. So start with simple 3 chord songs. I'm going to be going through those, a few of them in this course as well. That's really, really crucial. 3 chord songs or 4 chord songs. And again, I'm going to have some examples of those in this course. So you're going to want to start with simple songs, not crazy, complicated songs. So that's step number 3. Step number 4 is you have to know the song very well. And before I was talking about knowing how long you're going to stay on which bar. That's really important as far as knowing the song very well. But what's also important about knowing the song really well is that you have listened to the song many times. So you have a good feeling for the melody, how the melody sounds. You have a good feeling for the groove. You have a good feeling for kind of how the timing feels. So you're going to have a good feeling for the song that you're trying to play. And the only way you're going to do that is by either you already know the song really well, or you're going to have to get on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you listen to music and just listen to the song. You know, if you're driving in your car, listen to the song. Another really great tip is to just try to sing the song without your guitar. So if you're driving in your car, listen to the same song over and over again and really try to sing along so you have a good feeling for the melody is and also good feeling for what lyrics come on the chord change. And we're going to be talking more about that in the examples as well. So that's step number 4. Step number 5, which we're also going to be doing in the examples, is just at the beginning play per beat. So one bar has 4 beats. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So instead of trying to do a tough strumming pattern and sing at the same time, what we're going to be doing is we're really going to be simplifying the strumming again to free up mental capacity so that we don't have to focus on strumming and switching, right? So we want that to be automatic so that we can start focusing more on the lyrics of the song and on the chord changes. Okay, so that's really important. Then tip number 6 is change chords on the correct word. So of course we're going to get into the examples now, but I just want these ideas to kind of be fresh in your mind. What I want you to do, or what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be printing out a song, and then the chord change is going to be right over the word. So if the change comes on the word house, you're going to want to have the chord sheet printed out so that that new chord is right above the word house, so that you know exactly on which word the chord change comes. Okay, that's really, really important. And that also goes back to a tip that I already talked about, which was knowing the song really well and automation. These are really, really crucial things. To also take a look at the song in its printed out form and see exactly on which word the new chord comes into. Okay, so that's tip number 6. Here we go in last tip. The last tip is kind of a fun one, and that is just go for it. So don't be afraid to mess up. Don't be afraid to suck. Don't be afraid for it to be sloppy at the beginning. Just go for it. Print out the song. Hit those chords, open your mouth, try to sing. It's not going to be perfect at the beginning, but it will improve in time. So if you're a perfectionist, and I have a lot of students who are, you're going to have to throw that out the window and just open up to the possibility of not being great at the beginning, okay? So it's not going to be perfect at the beginning, but you're going to have to just go for it. And that will help you improve over time, and it will help you create that breakthrough that we're going for, okay? So those are the 7 tips that I want to kind of share with you, that I want you to kind of think about a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a real song, and I'm going to walk you step by step through the song and tell you exactly how to put these tips that I've already shared with you into practice, okay? So now we've learned kind of the theory behind it all, and now we're going to put it into practice. All right, so I hope this helped you. Let's get into a practical example so that you can really understand more about what I've been talking about. All right, thanks for checking out this lesson. I hope it wasn't too long. Let's get into the next one. All right, I'll see you there. Bye-bye.